Hold on, let me get my glasses on so I can see it. What is that? Oh, it's a bitch!
Hold up.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Nnewsstand, where I am here to infect your soul, take your husbands, and make you an SJW. Or something like that. Harley Quinn. We are going to talk about Harley Quinn. Now, if you are new to the channel, welcome. I love Harley Quinn. She has been one of my favorite characters since Batman the Animated Series. She only got better with time, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about, because holy crap, it felt like the comics fan community freaked out yesterday. Like, they just all decided yesterday they liked Harley Quinn, and they were going to freak out as a collective. And it was pretty amazing to see. Now, I can understand a lot of the criticisms with Stephanie Phillips' run. Actually, I like it. I'm going to be fair here. But towards the end, I may be letting it stack up, and I'm going to read it as a whole because it got a little boring, especially when it went weekly. With that being said, we're getting a new writer by the name of Tini Howard. Now, what was that emotion you felt when I said that name? What was that emotion you felt when I said Tini Howard? For me, it was excitement. Right? Odd. The thing about it is, I am only familiar with Tini Howard through her hack and slash work initially, and then through Catwoman. So her work on the X-Men doesn't bog my idea of her down, because I have no strong opinion either way, right? So with this being announced, I initially was excited. I'm like, yes, this is great. I like Stephanie Phillips. I know she's going on to, we'll just say, bigger and better things. And Tini has proven herself with Catwoman. That's where I got the excitement from. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Catwoman, then we'll finish up with Harley Quinn and all the controversy around it. Her Catwoman has been so refreshing. I absolutely love Ram V's run. You guys know I'm a huge Ram V fan. But this brought the character back down to her feminine wiles, and I love that. I would actually like to see what Tini can do with a character like Poison Ivy because of what we're seeing in Catwoman. With that being said, we got to get away from Bruce. We got to go back to Gotham proper. And best of all, we got to deal with the mobsters and have a sick cat named Duchess and a hot dude named Valmont. I am all in on Tini Howard's run. It's the first I read every week it comes out, and I'm probably very alone in that opinion, and I'm okay with that. I love that book. But what can she do with Harley Quinn? And that is where the controversy arises, because everyone is upset, or at least I've seen quite a few, even if it is a vocal minority, quite a few people upset about this announcement. I've seen videos, I've seen stuff on social media. I've actually seen, oddly enough, a TikTok that was like really upset. And I'm like, oh, honey, do you need a hug? Come here. Just come here. Let Tristan give you a hug. Come on. But the thing is, it's Harley Quinn. We need that female-centric writer. And that's why I think this is a good pairing. Now, I do not know if she is a good Harley Quinn writer, because when they did the crossover in the roller rink, it wasn't the greatest I've ever read, and it was the low point of Tini Howard's run. That's where my pause come in. But I actually want to kind of address this in a different way. And I've seen a lot of, this isn't Harley Quinn. They've changed her. They've made her dramatically different. And to that I say, yeah, they pretty much have. But guess what? Why are we only saying that about Harley Quinn when they've done that to a good chunk? And I mean a good chunk of not only the Marvel comics with characters like Magneto, who hasn't been a villain, or Emma in a long, long time, but with the DC universe. It's kind of called, what's it called? A heel turn? Something like that, where they use that as a tool to develop the character. Now, I'll tell you my favorite Harley Quinn, and that is 100% Harleen by Steven Stejek. followed up by Mad Love, but Mad Love just does not add up near as good on a second or third read years later, or fourth or fifth, whatever. But we've seen this done with so many characters. Now, I did mention Magneto and Emma Frost, but we also have Catwoman, who has since become more of a hero than villain in recent years, right? Orphan. We had a dramatic change in her. She went from being mute to being somewhat of her own person at this point. Yes, hush, I hear you and I love you. You can wait. We have Calendar Man. He hasn't been the same since The Long Halloween. Mr. Freeze, normal criminal before the wife storyline. Brainiac wasn't always a robot like he is. He was once just a little green man until Marv Wolfman overhauled him in the 80s. Killer Croc was Les Croc before Hush. Dick became Robin, then Nightwing, then Grayson, then Nightwing. Pied Piper used to be a villain. He's changed so much. I think he's very comparable to Harley in my opinion. Venom, villain to heroish, including Agent Venom. What about Arkham? If we're going to go into different storylines outside of the comics, you can look at Arkham Ivy, right? She was a massive villain in Asylum? And by night, she sacrificed herself for Gotham in the green. But, for Gotham. So, Harley, I think it's the short end of the stick. Because a lot of people are extremely, and I mean extremely, nostalgic for Batman the Animated Series. A lot of us reading the books now look at that as the definitive version of Harley, and I did for a very long time also. But I also enjoy character development and evolution. Harley is one where we have seen from the very beginning an evolution in her outfits, in her hair, and even sometimes in her mannerisms. Hot take here, Jimmy Palmiotti, I like what you did with Harley, but you made her dumb as fuck. And Harley is not dumb as fuck. And you would always have weird quirks when she talks, and it was just too over dramatic. And they even had like Red Tool at a point, and I was just like, meh, I'm over it. That's why I love Stephanie's run, because it brought it back to a center story about Harley. We did have her with her good friend Kevin. That was part of the story, but very much so a side plot. It brought us back to an intelligent version that we should have of Harley Quinn. And Harley should be using her brain, and she did multiple times within the storyline. And I really liked that. Now, if we see Tini go full, I'm super dumb Harley Quinn, I'm going to be eating my words. But in this case, so many people are upset. And I can't understand why. Tini is a good woman writer. She's good at bringing things back to basics and being very focused on the character. I don't know. I think Harley gets a lot more shit than other characters. And I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I am. I really enjoyed Eat, Bang, Kill Tour, which, despite a lot of people online hating it, sold extremely well, especially for a Harley title. It actually sold better than the mainline title, and it was free on DC Infinite. So people were enjoying it on multiple platforms. It tied into the show. That definitely helped. That show just got renewed for another season. Harley's doing pretty well. She makes the company a lot of money. They're not going to put somebody on the title that they think is going to ruin the character. I think that's the best way to look at it. Anyways, of course, let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next